see, there is a mindset, there is a process, and there is an outcome. ठीक है? Outcome क्या है? Outcome is gave tests. Outcome is making notes. Outcome is maybe taken attempts, whatever. When I'm asking you, what are you observing about them? आप लोग मुझे ये लिस्टिंग दे रहे हो. Okay? A good example of you're only looking at what's coming out. Okay, NCERT पढ़ लिया, books देख लिया, answer लिख लिया, and when you start working, आप यही करते हो, NCERT पढ़ लिया, okay, books मैंने देख लिया, notes बना लिया. This is important, but what's more important is here, because the way these people read NCERTs, that's more important than read NCERTs. Okay, सर इन्होंने 5 टेस्ट दिया था, मैंने 6 टेस्ट दे दिया. That's not the right comparison. There are people who give 100 tests. There are people who will not even give 1 test. So can you all recognize this thing in them or not? So when I am asking them questions, I am trying to drive out ये और ये क्या है. Will publish a interview of some of the toppers. मैं last 1 हफ्ते से interviews ले रहा हूँ. Okay. And for the last almost 3 years now, 2019, yes, I'm running a kind of a project for myself. It's a questionnaire on for the students who have qualified. Only them, nobody else. And about 200 all respondents हैं मेरे पास में. We have given them questionnaire to establish the base level of who are the type of people who qualify. What is their work? What type of approach they have? When did they start? Okay, what was their technique? How did they schedule their work? We asked them, are you a day scholar, a night scholar? Okay, did you start? When did you start your preparation? Okay, did you start your books reading before you joined the institutes or not? ऐसे questions हमारे पास है 50-60. ठीक है? We do this every year. Last 3 years I'm doing this. And surprising insights मिल रहे हैं उसमें से. Okay, some of which I want to incorporate in our study methods, in our preparation methods. So when I'm asking them questions also, मेरे question भी वहीं focus रहता है. I'm not concerned about कि test लिखा कि नहीं. I said, mindset क्या है? The mindset is that they're very, very keen about feedbacks. ये मुझे चाहिए feedback. So they give tests not for the sake of giving tests. They give tests to take feedback. And if the feedback is done in 2 tests, they said 2 काफी है और आगे मत बताओ मुझे. And if they're not happy about the feedback, then they'll take 10 tests. It's not about test लिया कि नहीं, या कितना test लिया. Yashar said 10 tests, so I will take 11 tests. That's wrong. Okay, they are very keen about feedbacks. Okay, the mindset is interest. मैंने बार-बार पूछा है यशार से, यानी अंजलि से, ये क्वेश्चन पूछा कि ज्योग्राफी से, ज्योग्राफी है, PSIR है, to some extent sociology also. These are a bit more wider ones. Other subjects can take 4.5 months. Geography will take you 5.5-6 months for the foundation course. Okay, geography, PSIR, and sociology are heavy on current affairs. So I asked them, कि आपको कभी डर नहीं लगा ज्योग्राफी से? Okay, and consistent answer across all interview is कि नहीं सर, एक बार घुस गए तो घुस गए. Have you asked a question to Ashar? I asked them same question. कभी तो डाउट हुआ होगा यार कि नहीं सर, वो बीच-बीच में ठीक है, वो तो डाउट्स होता है, अपने लाइफ में भी होता है डाउट. Okay, कि should I go out, I'll run over by a truck or not types. Okay, but once I've decided it, and the word he told me was, Sir, I thought 1,000 times before I took the optional, and once I took it, I'm not looking back anymore, no matter what. Okay? That's the mindset I'm looking at. The mindset these guys have is, okay, and एक क्वेश्चन जो जो आप पूछते मैं वही पूछ रहा था उसको, कितने घंटे पढ़ाई करते थे दिन में? And the statement he gave me, and the same statement even Anjali gave me. Sir, if I'm not okay, sleeping, if I'm not eating, bathing or cleaning, I'm studying. Discipline था, कुछ भी हो जाए 8:30 I will wake up. This guy's word. I'll sit down to study, और फिर तो I lose count. Sometimes 4 hours geography कर रहा हूँ, sometimes 10 hours geography कर रहा हूँ. पर इतना clarity था, the geography is, the optional is, I won't say geography, the optional is the key to success. Why? Because GS में the marks don't vary much. That was his analysis. तो ये जो passion है, okay. Yesterday, last evening, my class got over. Okay, it was very late. I had essay class. One boy came running to me behind. GS का बच्चा था. The question was, what he asked me was, sir, I'm doing coaching right now. Exam देना है 24 में देना है. How many hours should I study so that I get 450 in GS? Now, this question told me a lot of things about him as a person. मैं कहा देखो ये सवाल आप गलत पूछ रहे हो because I do not know your base. I do not know what you are good at or bad at. I do not know आप पढ़ाई भी कर रहे हो या फिर कोई जॉब कर रहे हो. घुमा के फिर पूछा सर अगर मुझे 100-120 लेके आना है कितनी मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी सर मुझे? Then ultimately my answer was करनी पड़ेगी and you can do it, I'm sure. Okay, शुरू करो, we'll talk about it. I basically dismissed him. यार ये अभी गेम में आया ही नहीं है. ठीक है. So जो सीरियस बच्चे होते हैं ना उनके सवाल ही अलग होते हैं. The questions that they answer is very different. That they ask is very different. उनका फोकस अलग होता है. I want to ask him, ये 450 टारगेट क्यों रखा? 500 रखते टारगेट? ये क्या अब क्या सोच के बोले 450 चाहिए? तो सोचा होगा ना आपने. मैंने कोई आइडिया नहीं है एग्जाम क्या चाहता है, क्या ट्रेंड्स हैं, व्हाट्स पॉसिबल, व्हाट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, बस एक बोल देना है. And these guys are so focused. As I said, results, and I asked him, यशार बताओ तुम्हें लगता था क्वालिफाई कर जाओगे? सर अच्छा तो हुआ था लेकिन टॉप 20 के अंदर में आना, and everybody, जितने भी बच्चे क्वालिफाई करते हैं, okay, none of them have told me ever that I was sure to get top 10 rank. Which means examination itself is such that you'll have uncertainties. And this boy was not a regular student. Okay, St. Stephen's economy, if you understand DU में, what it means. ठीक है? And yet he took so much of time, energy, and deliberately. He's not meant a student. Okay. He must have studied some notes. He said, हाँ कुछ पढ़ा तो था आपके notes लेके सर, but आपके class join नहीं किया था. And that's why I got too curious to ask him, because I must get a diverse inputs. It's impossible कि सारे बच्चे मेरे ही होंगे, and I must have the sole claim on geography. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. So I wanted to know perspective क्या है. There's a reason why I said, let me get him on. Some of them objected. Sir, क्यों कर रहे हो ऐसे? Okay. I said, no, we must know what's happening around us. I was more keen on the methods, and the method was online. I was very happy. One thing I must caution you all about is, Yashat specifically mentioned he did not make notes in newspapers. Now, you must be careful when you take that input from him. Okay, example wahi hai. I have taught geography for 20 years. Give me one book in geography. Okay, I will not make a note of that book anymore. What I'll do is I'll read that book, pick up important points if I think it's important, and add that to my original book or my original notes. तो मैं notes नहीं बना रहा हूं. Why? Because मेरे notes बन चुके हैं. My clarity is there. My fundamentals are built now. अब नहीं बनाऊंगा. अगर fundamentals नहीं है, okay. So his note making for current affairs is very different from notes making in geography. For geography, he had made every notes. For every word he said, I had enough word content notes ताकि मैं 2 पेज लिख पाऊं. Current affairs में सर जरूरत नहीं पड़ती थी मुझे. I hope you got the point here. You give me a geography book, I will not make a note. But give me a history book, मुझे नोट बनाना पड़ेगा. So that is your assessment about your skills, your competencies. Mindset was, okay, never give up attitude. या prelims नहीं हुआ था, ठीक है? He was not clearing despite the fact that he has given his mains. He never say die attitude is what we require here. And a guy of his caliber saying it means others have to work harder. I have got 2-3 guys who have a very poor record in academics. उनको भी मैं लेके आऊंगा. To show you that irrespective of your academic background, मेहनत तो करनी पड़ेगी आपको. The nature is different. The approach is different. Okay, some of you have to struggle your life out in building foundations. Others will struggle in updations. But updation चाहिए. And मैंने उसको बहुत डर के पूछा था कि तुमने बुक्स पढ़ा कि नहीं पढ़ा. सर सर बिना बुक के तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं था. So again, basically I was trying to validate if my approach is right or not. You'll not hear anybody in my institute, in my classes, podium who will say don't read books. मेरे लिए बहुत आसान है as a marketing tool. I'll say, yeah, सब बंद करो, सिर्फ मैं notes पढ़, nothing else. It'll comfort you a lot. But I know that's wrong. किताब नहीं खोलोगे तो कैसे होगा यार? How good or bad the book may be. But ये भी fact है, no book has to be read completely. That's a bad strategy again. आपको scholar थोड़ी बनना है. And ये progressive होगा, धीरे धीरे in stages develop होगा. Did you see his energy level? That's a very important point. Okay, this is a part of somebody's personality, and believe me, you'll rarely meet a guy who's qualified who is low on energy. बहुत rare होता है. They are full of enthusiasm, energy. Okay, I'm sure they have their down moments also, but in general they come out as very forceful people in terms of energy. तो आपको ये पिकअप थोड़ी करना है. This is what it looks like. Okay, but what you need to know is what did they do here? What did they do? What they did here was the discipline part. What they did here was the commitment part. Okay, that they had a plan for themselves. It was very clear. Sir, दिन में I had 3 slots. Geography slot, GS slot, and current affairs slot. Current affairs to us was not negotiable for me. GS was negotiable for me. And not negotiable was geography for me. Okay, geography अच्छा भी लगता था. And geography he had rated as that it will be my make or break. Because GS में marks vary नहीं, और ये fact है. Okay, GS में marks won't vary much, but optional में it can be 210, 250, 190, 280, 290 also. So it says bulk of the time geography, sometimes 7 hours, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes 5 hours. GS was compressed, but current affairs was again fixed. अब उनसे बात करना current affairs के बारे में. The guy was too good with facts. Tell him anything, he'll know facts, examples, data. धड़ाधड़ बोल रहे थे मुझे. I don't know if you see that or not. So आपको उठाना क्या process method क्या था? What was his process of doing it? So he read NCERT, he gave tests. So his process was practice. There is no shortcut in writing skills. आपकी अंग्रेजी खराब है, आप अपने आप को समझा लेते हो. Okay, कि सर मैंने क्या बैकग्राउंड ही ऐसा है. यार, don't rationalize it. खराब है तो आप वर्क करो. And how do you learn English? You learn English from current affairs, from the books, from the magazines. Sentence रट्टा मारो. Okay, is a very, very well said sentence. By heart it. You can't convince yourself कि यार ठीक है, चलता है, because you are competing against some of the very, very bright guys. And I repeatedly say this, you will have to have the standards set against people who qualify, not the people you see around yourself. 8 out of 10 around you are non-serious, non-committed. They don't even know why you are here or they are here. Many of you try this career to escape from home. घर से निकलना है बाहर. बहाना क्या है? IAS पढ़ना है दिल्ली में. Ask yourself honesty, आप किस कैटेगरी में बिलोंग करते हो, and change that mindset. So, okay, the purpose of these interactions is that you identify yourself with some of these aspects, and very importantly, carve out a strategy that works for you. Strategies and methods of preparation cannot be replicated just because it worked for somebody. I had a girl in my class. Okay, right now, though, she is a firebrand DM hai. Okay, she would simply look at the class. कुछ एक word नहीं लिखती थी वो. Simply look at the class. Okay, चल रहा है. Sometimes write down. मैंने क्लास देखेंगे लगे पता नहीं काम कर भी रही कि नहीं कर रही है. But then she would go back home and do a rework on all of it. Her method was different. Her method was that if I write down, मैं सोच नहीं पाती हूँ. Okay, so I'm thinking, I'm listening to you. I have my method of going back immediately and recalling and doing it again. It worked for her. For others, अगर नहीं लिखेंगे तो कुछ याद ही नहीं रहता सर, तो मैं वही लिखता हूं मैं. So find what works for you. Find, okay, what's adequate for you. Like this boy, and even Anjali for that matter, the current affairs space somehow got built very well first. Because he says it's a passionate thing. Okay, newspaper अगर नहीं पढ़ूं ढंग से, okay, it doesn't look like my day is complete. All of them who qualify are very passionate about current affairs. And not simply, kitne article पढ़ लिया, how many news in a day. No, they go after it properly. Some of them will make notes on Evernote, some of them make jottings, some of them will remember and write down somewhere else. So आपको भी ऐसा ही एक niche ढूंढना पड़ेगा अपने आप के लिए. What works for you in current affairs? Yes? Yes, Krati, he says that he was reading paper till the last day of his examination. Fine, that was his method. और maps पे control देख लिया आप लोगों ने? I will not rate his maps as great maps. At least idea तो है ना कि यार draw करना है. I'll do some sketching or the other. Geography है तो how can you be poor in maps? And I'll tell you a very honest confession from my side. Till about a year and a half ago, I would physically do all the maps in the class. देखिए, but अब time permit नहीं करता है. Because the syllabus itself is now building up. And I think the patience level of students has also been compromised for whatever reason it could be. But आपको तो map करना पड़ेगा. We didn't have the technique of recording videos earlier. हम सब कुछ करते थे, physically करते थे. अब technology है, record कर दिया, जाओ देखो अब बैठ के. You have to find a way. Okay, but maps are not negotiable. Maps are, okay, the soul, the blood. Okay, the very, very core of geography is map. The most important tool, okay, is maps in geography. Okay? So these moments of enlightenment or connect is what we need. और एक बार समझ में आ गया ना, I think then you are on. And I always believe in one adage. One of my teachers told that to me. The purpose of teacher is rarely to teach. The purpose largely is initiate the process, help the student develop interest, and the student should be studying on his own. मेरा भी कहीं ना कहीं वही रोल होना चाहिए.